Hello, dog lover. Welcome to live dog training, live Saro dog training. Hope you're doing well. My name is Saro. I'm a dog trainer, also coach dog owners. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you are new here and you want to become well-behaved, and if you want to become an educated dog lover and have a healthy and happy, well-behaved dog, consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon as well, so you will get notified as soon as I go live or I post a new video. Hope you're doing well, and tonight I'm all yours. I'm going to answer your dog related questions. Feel free to ask me any questions that you have, and also I'm going to give you some news and some ideas and some new information and all the good things about dogs. So I can see that there is a couple of questions already. So let's get started, okay? So again, as I said, feel free to ask your questions in the chat line. And if you feel like it's hard to explain, just maybe put it in short sentence that it makes me understand exactly what the problem is. I usually need your dog's breed, age, and the problem or the issue that you're having with your dog. So Fatima Altamirano, I'm just going to call you Fatima. That's a beautiful name. She has a question. I have a German Shorter Pointer, and she's 3 months old. She always bites and nips my sister and me when she gets excited. What do I do to stop that habit and make her calm? So it's a 3 month old German Short GSD. So what happens, puppies usually they get excited, and that's how they're expressing their excitement. You know, they start biting, barking, and things like that. So when a puppy is getting excited and bites, there are two things that you want to consider. One is that you want to teach your puppy not to bite. The second part is that if you're going to bite, you're going to have to bite something else. So here's what I mean. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to practice calmness with your puppy. Most dog owners, what they do, they practice excitement. What I mean by that is they start exercising or over exercising their puppy to get their puppy's energy level down. That actually does the opposite. When you over exercise your puppy, you're actually recharging your puppy's energy level, and it becomes even worse. They become more excited. So I want you to practice calm activities, less excitement activities. So for example, if you're coming home from wherever you are, I'm sure you get excited yourself. You say, "Hi, baby, what's up, puppy?" And puppy, I love you and all that. You start playing with your puppy. You get your puppy excited, right? So instead of that, I want you to actually be calm, not to ignore your puppy, or you want to acknowledge your puppy, but you don't want to ignore your puppy. What I want you to do is come on in, and if your puppy is excited, just teach your puppy a command or a cue word that your puppy responds to it. Actually, in in 2 weeks, I'm going to post a video that I teach my own puppy how I taught her the cue that I'm explaining now, the cue of stop that behavior. You can watch that in 2 weeks, but I have other videos on my channel as well, which I'm going to share in here. Let me see if I can get the video, and I'm going to share it here, and you can watch this video. I'm going to post it in the chat line. You can just click on it and watch that video. It will be somewhere in the chat line. Just go ahead and watch that video. So that is for adult dogs, but I have a video. I'm working on a video that I'm teaching a puppy. So the same situation. First of all, you have to teach your puppy a cue word that your puppy hears and stops that behavior. That means whatever you're doing, stop that behavior and calm down. So you have to teach this to your puppy, which I show you in that video, and also the video that I just shared in the link in the chat line. You can watch that and teach that. And second of all, don't get excited yourself. You have to be a great example for your puppy. If you get excited, you can't say no to your puppy not to get excited. So you have to be, first of all, calm in order for your puppy to be calm. If you and your sister are excited, your puppy is going to get excited automatically too. So you have to be a great example. The second part is that I want you to focus on is, if you could offer your puppy an opportunity to play and practice with other puppies of her age, or other dogs that are good, well-behaved, balanced dogs, you can let your puppy play with them, so practices the chewing on them rather than to you or humans. One of the biggest mistakes that dog owners make is that they don't give this opportunity for the puppy to practice some of the dog behaviors on dogs. Dogs are the best teacher for dogs. Humans can do limited training and teaching, but dogs can either do most of it or some of it. So focus on those two. One, let your puppy to learn from other dogs and puppies. Let them chew on, let them work on chewing and all that. So they transfer that energy, that playfulness, that behavior on dogs rather than to humans. And two, teach your puppy calmness and teach your puppy to learn to stop whatever behavior that is unwanted on a cue, which again, I'm going to post a video in 2 weeks on Saturday, 2 Saturdays from now, which is going to be on my channel. So hopefully you're going to get to watch that. Hopefully that answered your question. We have Irvin Morales. Irvin is asking how to correct the bad behavior from a beagle. Okay, similar answer. I'm going to post a video that I teach my beagle puppy how to stop a bad behavior, which is going to be posted in 2 weeks. Irvin, for now, you can watch the video that I shared in the chat line. That shows how to teach the basic overall cue or understanding of a dog to learn how to stop a behavior. It shows how I do it, how I teach it with a game and toys, right? So you can kind of cue it. So what it means, I teach the dog or the puppy a cue word. In my case, I use the word no. You can use whatever word you want to use. And whenever my puppy or my dog does something wrong, I just say, Rover, no, and the behavior stops. That's the idea. So that's how you stop a bad behavior from a beagle or a dog. So focus on that. We have Tammy sends some love. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy, for being here, and feel free to ask any questions that you have. We have Tanya. I have an English lab and he needs to lose weight. He's 2.5 years old. I have increased exercise and he gets 3 cups of food as per vet instructions. What else can I do? Good question. I have my board here. I'm going to explain it a little bit better. So I'm going to remove that question so you can see it better. So it depends on 3 things when you want to help your dog to lose weight. One is the diet. The other one is exercise. And the last thing is lifestyle. Okay. So these are the 3 things that you have to focus on. Hopefully you can see these. So this is diet, exercise, and lifestyle. These are the 3 things that you have to focus on. The diet, your vet has recommended to eat 3 cups The problem is that you can't really measure that, whether if it's beneficial or not. So what I want you to do instead is find out your dog's, I'm gonna write it here, find out your dog's ideal weight. So let's say, let me see, he's a 2.5-year-old lab. Let's say the ideal weight for your lab is 30 pounds, okay? Hopefully you can see this, okay? If, let's say that's the ideal weight, that's the weight that you want your dog to be. So in this case, what you're gonna feed your dog is 300 grams of daily food, okay? So that's what you're going to focus on, feeding 300 grams of daily intake food, okay? So that's better way of measuring. So if your dog, if your lab is 35 pounds, so you know that it should be 30 pounds. So your goal is to feed the ideal weight that it should be. So focus on feeding that much food, first of all. Second of all, try to feed fresh food. What I mean by that is the fresher you can go, the better. The raw diet is good. Home cooked diet is good. Whatever you can add as a fresh food to your current dog's either kibble or dry food that you're feeding, that would be beneficial. So focus on that as well. The other part is that we are focusing on exercise as well. If a dog is overweight, I'm against over-exercising that dog, because you're actually doing, you're making your dog to have negative effects with exercise. An overweight dog or a person has a hard time to do physical activities. So what I want you to do is I want you to reduce the exercise and focus on maybe maximum half an hour of daily exercise for now. Just focus on walking your dog for half an hour, and every few days, every 2 or 3 days, add 5 minutes additional exercise. So within a month or so, you may be getting to an hour and a half. Try to add 5 minutes, every few days, so you're not pushing your dog physically. Because what happens if you do over-exercise, it will cause a lot of internal damage and injuries, which is not good actually. The next thing is lifestyle. I want you to also reduce your dog's emotional and all the mental anxiety and stress that it has. Most of the time, dogs who are overweight, they do have stress. They do have internal stress, anxiety, and external stress and anxiety. There could be something happening in the house that may be causing your dog to have stress and anxiety. So what I want you to do is focus on reducing the stress and anxiety from your dog's life, and focus on creating a little bit of a healthier lifestyle for your dog. So do follow these 3 things: diet, proper exercise, proper diet. I suggest you to go with raw diet, but add as much as fresh food, fresh meat, raw fresh meat, or even cooked meat or vegetables to your dog's current kibble. But focus on feeding the right amount, right, in grams, and then proper form of exercise and proper lifestyle. Hope that answered your question. Where are we? We are here. Okay, next question we have Martha. Martha Blair. I will be getting a Springer puppy soon. Do you have any thoughts on letting the puppy dog sleep or have their crate in our bedroom versus having the dog sleep elsewhere? In the old times, we used to suggest, not me actually, I'm one of the new trainers, so I learned the new style. But the old trainers used to say that you put the dog in a crate and put it in the furthest room in the house, so let them cry all night. That causes your dog to have mental and emotional trauma when you do that. Puppies are very sensitive. They need love. They need affection. They need your support. They need your guidance. They need you to be there for them. So it's good to have them in a crate, but most of the day by you, and in the evening at night by your bed, so they can feel you, they can see you, they can smell you. So therefore, they will not only feel secure, but also you're going to help your puppy to bond with you quicker, and you're reducing all that mental and emotional stress as well. But yes, go ahead and put your puppy in a crate, which I highly suggest to crate train a puppy. Put it in a crate, put it right beside your bed, let your puppy see you. It may whine for a minute or two, but just guide it, just calm it down, say good boy, good girl, whatever, right? And it's okay, and they will fall asleep. Just knowing that you're beside them, by them, they can smell you, they can sense you. It just causes them to have that relaxation and calmness to fall asleep, which has tons of benefits both for you and for the dog. So definitely sleep in a crate by you. We have Deanne Chandler. I have a 4-month, I think it's a month old, female pug. She barks at people sounding aggressive, but it is a people-friendly dog. Barks at people sounding aggressive. Whenever a situation like this happens, it's a signal to me that your dog or this dog is lacking confidence. The reason dogs behave certain way is not to piss you off, or it's not to say that they're not traumatic or not traumatized or they're not scared, but they may be scared once or twice of an object or a new situation, or people sounding aggressive, right? They may be scared once, twice, maybe 5 times maximum. But if it's happening over and over, then that means that your dog is your female pug, which is 4 months old, I believe. It's not secure, and it's not getting enough proper guidance from you. So what I want you to do is help your puppy to gain a little bit confidence. So instead of approaching things like that and then reacting, you want it to approach confidence and understand that, okay, that's not scary. I'm not going to be bothered with it. I'm not going to care about it. So the only way that you can do that is by training daily with your puppy, the basics, at least, the sit, stay command. Make sure that you are bulletproofing these 3 commands. Why I suggest to focus on commands? Because 1, you're teaching your puppy, the sit, stay, calm command. Second of all, you're communicating to your puppy. You're teaching your puppy to learn, and your puppy starts learning from you, getting cues from you. So let's say in few months after you've done good exercise training with your puppy of sit, stay, calm, you come across a person who's sounding aggressive. You can say, Rover, sit, stay, and Rover is going to sit and stay and focus on you rather than the aggressive person. What happens is when a dog is not fully trained, they are focusing on everything but you. So you want your puppy to start focusing on you. And the only way that you can do that is by training. Focus on training your puppy the 3 basics at least, and use those opportunities to help your puppy to deal with the problem that they're having. They're just having a hard time solving problem. You're there to help them and guide them to solve those problems easier. Hopefully that makes sense. By the way, feel free to ask your questions, and if there is a follow-up question as well, let me know. And if I'm making sense, if I'm not making sense, anything, and if there's anything you need additional explanation, just go ahead and let me know. So we have Stuart. How do I stop my puppy pulling to the side when on a walk? I'm guessing your puppy is just pulling, right? What happens is puppies, they want to explore. They just want to figure things out. Most puppies are like that. They just want to explore. They just want to figure out things. I mean, find out what things are, how they taste like, how they look like, how they feel like. So if your puppy is pulling, that's a sign that they're, first of all, in the explorer mode. And second of all is that they are not connected to you yet. So it will take some time for your puppy to learn that to connect with you, to walk with you. And second of all, training again, is going to help your puppy to gain that confidence, to learn how to solve problems. So for example, the reason most of the time puppies are pulling it forward because they see something that it's interesting, it interests them. So they want to pull towards it. They're saying, I'm going to explore that. I'm going to find out what that is. And they're in that zone. Now you can either stop them or you can let them go and explore that. If you feel like if it's a safe thing, I want you to let them to explore and figure out what it is, let them figure things out. But if it's a dangerous thing, you want to obviously stop them, redirect them, and change direction and go somewhere else. The best thing that I can suggest to do is for the first few months of your puppy, at least 6 to 8 months of your puppy, let your puppy do whatever it wants when you're going to a walk. So walk as fast as they're going or as slow as they're going. So if your puppy is stopping somewhere to smell something and it takes them 5 minutes to smell that thing, let them smell that thing 5 minutes. It's their walk and it's their fun time. They are trying to learn what this is, right? So let them figure things out on their own. So let them go and figure it. Don't pull on the leash. Don't stop them, because the more you stop them, you're causing negative energy to go through your puppy. So what happens, they learn, okay, this thing and everything else that I see is dangerous then, right? You're teaching your dog or your puppy a negative lifestyle. Everything is negative. I can't get to anything. So, but if you let them explore and experience everything, within few weeks, they know what this is now, right? Within few months, they know exactly what this is. They won't care about it. But if you stop them to go from this, exploring and this and that, you're teaching them negative experiences, and that's how you create anxiety and stress and leash aggression and bad behavior. So in general, it's not matter of how do you stop your puppy from pulling. It's matter of how do you let them to explore. Does it make sense? And we have Tammy saying, you are a great teacher. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. I love teaching, and I have been teaching for many years, and I think I'm getting better and better at it. And that's the hard part, getting a good teacher. Now, that brings me, as you're saying, I'm a good teacher because I am a good student as well. I love to learn as well. And if you are a good learner, you're a good teacher too. So as a dog owner, not only you have to be a good teacher to your puppy or to your dog, but you also have to be a good student. You have to be good at learning. You have to invest time to learn, to understand things so you can teach. And once we do that, I think we become a better society. I hope that makes sense. By the way, one of my favorite mugs. All right, let's continue. We have Stuart, how to stop my German Shepherd pulling to the side. I think I just answered. Yes. Okay, let's go to the next question. CUD SE Top Class. Wow, that's a long nickname. KHUD. I believe it's CUD. Sir, can I bring a 35 days old GST? That's a good question. 35 days old. One of the problems that I have when people get a puppy too young is that you're taking away some of the good opportunity for that puppy to learn from its parents and siblings. You want that puppy to spend at least, we used to say 8 weeks. Let me correct that, 8 weeks. We used to say 8 weeks. It was a good time to bring a puppy home. But studies have shown it's better to actually extend that to almost 12 weeks. Because what happens is during this 8 to 12 weeks, they're still learning manners and natural behaviors from their siblings and parents. And when puppies come home to humans too early, humans unfortunately are not good teachers, right? They're not good parents. Now, I'm not saying everybody's not good, but most puppy owners are not educated. They're not aware of what they're supposed to do and how to raise a puppy and what to do, what not to do. Most breeders, they know what to do. And also most puppies, when they are raised in an environment that includes parents and the siblings, up to 12 weeks, they become a better dog in future. So 35 days old, I would say is too early, too soon. I wouldn't suggest to do that. You want to wait a little bit longer. Be patient. It will happen. Tanya says, thank you very much. You are very welcome. We have Dina. Thank you so much. I have been too lax in training. I've only taught her to sit. I will follow your advice. Thank you for your help. Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. Most parents, most dog parents, puppy parents, they are too relaxed, right? Just like an example here. Thank you for sharing this. It's a good example. Most dog owners, most puppy owners, they don't do their part, right? Proper, right? You have to be super vigilant when you have a puppy. It's like having a baby, right? So you have to be really into your puppy for few months until you can relax. Few months, at least 6 months to a year. You can't relax. You can't relax for 6 months to a year. You have to be really vigilant. And Diana says perfect sense, makes sense, and Tammy says thank you. So yeah, back to I think I answered most of the questions, and we're doing good in time. Yeah, so the first few weeks that you bring your puppy home is the most important part of your puppy's life and your life as a dog owner. What I mean by that is if during this time you can either make it or break it. If you break it, you're going to damage that dog and it becomes a dog that has so many behavioral issues. I'll give you an example. I run a doggy daycare here, and I come across many dogs that I see every day. And there is a dog that the owners, I'm not sure if they were aware that they were getting a lemon. You know what I mean? This dog has lots of signs of a dog who has been born and raised in puppy mill, and now it's already showing the signs. Like, I can see it, but I don't think the owners can see it. So for me to see that those behaviors and to see the unusual behaviors, it just gives me a sign that either this dog was bred in a puppy mill, or when this puppy was either separated too early from the parents and siblings, and or when the puppy came to the humans didn't do their part, or did lots of things that they were wrong and caused a lot of damage in the dog. And now the dog is showing all these signs like chasing its own tail and just circling. These are neurotic behaviors that you usually see in puppy mill dogs, right? So there are so many things that can go wrong when it comes to puppies and young age. And if you don't do your part for the first 6 months to a year, you will have a dog who's going to be challenging to deal with. So, for example, if you relax and you don't do your part for the first 6 months to a year, there are so many behaviors that are going to develop in your puppy that it will be really hard or impossible to undo in future after their turn a year and older. You can't be working if you didn't have the time, or you didn't invest the time toward the first 6 months to a year to train and work with your puppy. I'm sure you won't have time and energy in the next year or so either. So what I want you to focus on is mostly focusing on creating an environment and situation that you can take care of your puppy and create an environment that your puppy can benefit from that environment. So in near future, I am going to, Annie, no, I have my puppy here. In near future, in next few weeks, you're going to see me going through this process myself. I have a puppy now, and I'm going through this training and working with my puppy, and I'm going to document them, and I'm going to share it with you. You're welcome to join the journey with me and learn from it, or you could also see what I'm doing and not to do it, or do what I'm doing. Most of the time, I feel that I can share this content and for you to benefit. But if it becomes a situation that I can handle it, it's a good opportunity for me to document that as well. And Tammy says, shared. Thank you very much. I think we are at the end of our broadcast today, and thank you for being here. I will be here every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. By the way, this Friday, I'm just giving a try. I'm going to go live Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to help some of the European fans of my channel, because apparently this time is not good for them. I'm going to give it a try and see if that time is good for them. So this Friday, in a couple of days, at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hopefully, I will see you then. Annie, no. So, thank you very much. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions after the broadcast, feel free to ask them in the comments area. And I'll see you next time. And have fun with your dog.